Trying to get this, whatever. I'm charging it at the same time and the cord keeps making it a little funky, but okay. Hey Pisces, ignore that. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing incredibly well. Welcome if this is your first time on my channel checking out these readings. Every week I take a look at Pisces sun, moon, rising, and or Venus. Their weekly reading includes a material world reading, which oftentimes becomes quite spiritual. And then we move into a love life reading because not everybody cares, apparently, about their love life. So I leave that at the end. So this week we are using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. It is one, well, they're all my favorite. They're all my favorite. I wouldn't have them if I didn't love them. So let's jump right into it, you guys. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, divine, thank you so much for being here with me and my beautiful Pisces. What do they need to know coming up for their material world this week? We have the Knight of Swords, so a very quick change of circumstances is coming up or has just occurred. Thank you. The Hanged Man. Energy could be surrender, could be letting go of control with the Knight of Swords there, and just allowing the change to happen. Could be that you need to look at things from a different perspective. Perhaps the Knight of Swords brought in an idea or a message that maybe you hadn't thought of before, and Spirit is really challenging you to incorporate that into your belief system, your processes. One more, please, Spirit. And there's your energy, the High Priestess. With the Hanged Man and the High Priestess here, this is definitely your energy coming up in here. Both of these are extremely psychic cards, very Neptunian for me. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So you guys may be in a period of pause this week. With Hanged Man and High Priestess, this does feel very divine timing-ish, but I do think that this is... you're being protected for a reason. It's like it seems to be no action around you right now except for maybe a recent action that changed everything, and you're being told to just go with the flow and not fight it. And what I'm hearing is that you already know this, you're already in sync with this, and you already feel instinctively that right now is not the time for you to make any big moves or big changes. Because if you want to secure that bag, which the Ten of Pentacles says that absolutely you do, and you will, right now is the time for you to get good with your connection to all that is and make that your primary focus right now. Let's clarify this energy, please, Spirit. What are some decks that would help me do that? Angel Answers. Angel and Ancestors. All right, we're going to use the Angel and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. Clarify this Knight of Swords, please. Thank you. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. This is very, I just kind of got a chill there, you guys. And then Shaman, trust in higher forces. This very much, you have perhaps some ancestors that are assisting you with this, with the Shaman's energy, High Priestess, and Hanged Man, and move beyond ancestral patterns. Spirit is saying that maybe your desire to take action is what you are moving beyond, but I'm actually getting that they are supporting you in this, that your ancestors would have perhaps fought against any certain changes that are coming up for you or that have already just happened, but Spirit is saying that in this case they're actually assisting you in remaining kind of calm and allowing these changes to occur. What is another deck, please, Spirit? Okay, we're going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Education. Yeah, again, this is not an action card. For some of you, yes, you may have been pondering maybe going back to school and doing something different than what you have done before, gaining a different perspective, learning critical thinking is what I just heard, which is weird, but not, I guess, with both the High Priestess. She is very well educated. She has all of the knowledge in the world, but she doesn't always share it with everyone. You have to seek her out. In this case, she is you. So Spirit is saying that it might be time, instead of, for some of you, instead of pursuing something with a lot more money involved, Spirit said that maybe going back to school would bring you, in the long run, more money. The bottom of the deck is Stormfield, so I think that this was the Knight of Swords energy that we had, or for some of you, it is just occurring and its influence is waning. But it's definitely something where it was just like all of these changes may have made you think, okay, maybe it's time for me to just go with the flow, and kind of not fight this is what I'm getting. Not fighting it and moving forward. In a maybe more, not passive is not in the wrong way, not in that way at all. It's just more like it is better for me right now to not fight against this because I'm being led to something that is for my highest good. Okay, and another deck, please, Spirit, to clarify this energy. The Energy Oracle. All right, we're going to use the Energy Oracle. This is by Sandra Ann Taylor. The bottom of the deck already is Goddess of the Moon, and we have a full moon happening right now. I just heard Spirit say, what was that? Speak it into existence. Interesting. Can we clarify this High Priestess energy, please? Just one card, please. Oh, this is funny. All right. Do I take this? All right. All right, you guys. Goddess of the Moon and the High Priestess are both telling me that you intuitively know where you are supposed to go right now and what you are supposed to be doing. With action being at the bottom of the deck, you will eventually be taking action for sure, especially with this Knight of Swords energy. But Spirit is saying you will know the right moment to do so when it feels good and aligned within your soul. Lots of Neptune here with the 52, 5 plus 2 is 7 is where I'm getting that. And the Hanged Man is led by Neptune. The High Priestess is connected to the moon, and so the reason I laughed is because the Goddess of the Moon is my High Priestess card, but also my moon card. When I was actually meditating earlier today, what I heard specifically about the moon card was that in my practices, I should be treating the moon card in the same way that I treat the sun card, because it is equally important and equally powerful. And the moon card isn't nearly as fearful as a lot of people think it is, because people were like, oh, you could be lied to, there's deception, because you can't necessarily see in the light of the moon, except for some of us can. And that is where the power comes in. And I'm telling you guys this because I think that you have the ability to see things that others cannot. And so you should not treat the moon as a time of passiveness, but it is a time of doing things on a more magical basis. Okay, so maybe this taking action is to not take action in the 3D, but to take action within ritual, within meditation, within your alignment of your purpose. The education is now feeling very much, because I can see the moon's energy here and I see the magic that is happening just by her opening up a book. The education can very much be you maybe being initiated into something more magical. This is very esoteric for me. So for some of you, you might be you know, healers yourself on some level, and Spirit is saying that maybe it's time to take action towards those goals, and money will follow. I don't think that right away do I see a bunch of money, no, but I definitely see that this would align more to your own values. In fact, I do see quite a bit of very gold abundant energy Like, I'm just seeing a lot of sparkle and stuff, and you'll have to forgive me because I have a Leo sun and a Taurus rising. So when I see a lot of sparkle, I do think of money in abundance, and that with the Ten of Pentacles being at the bottom of the deck, I do think that you guys have it coming. It might take some time, but it needs to align with your spirituality. Okay, so some of you might be going back to like a more esoteric magic kind of school. I would say be very weary of that and trust your gut, because some of those are shady. With your move beyond ancestral patterns here, Spirit is cautioning that some places will say that they follow this ancestral line of magic, but they are flat out lying. Okay, some are saying that perhaps like if it's an Aboriginal line of magic, and that is actually, much of it is closed practice, so that you're not, if you are learning, it is stolen, and that's not good energy kind of stuff. So just be very weary, trust your gut in this, trust your intuition, and make sure that whatever it is that you're moving into is absolutely aligned with who you are as a person. Let's get one more card here, you guys. Oh, I just saw 1111 on the camera. So this is very divine. If you guys are not resonating with this at all, that's totally fine. There are plenty of other readings on my channel for you. But this is obviously very specific. You deserve better. And I think it's, you guys may have been stuck in a cycle that wasn't attuned to your spiritual needs with the High Priestess and the Goddess of the Moon and the Hanged Man. It's like you were kind of feeling as the odd man out, so to speak. And the second that you aligned with your spiritual values, aligned with who you are spiritually, which is coming across as quite powerful, everything starts to shift and change and move towards your purpose. Okay. Bottom of the deck is your ideas have merit. So if you are not really sure, because you know, what I'm getting is that maybe you stuck your toe into something that was very spiritual before, and maybe we had what are they called? Communal narcissism is when someone, and it doesn't have to be this, but they tend to be very part of the religious and spiritual world, and it's like someone who like kind of gets their energy from everybody believing that they're like this super woke being or super religious person, and you know, but as soon as the cameras are off, or people that they're trying to impress are gone, they're mean. Actually, they're not very, very nice people. And Spirit is saying that if you had expressed to one of these kinds of people who you are as an individual, and they kind of poo-pooed on you a little bit, Spirit is saying that they had nothing to do with what your actual path is, and that you are on your own quite a powerful person and an incredible person. So don't worry about something that happened in your past, because not only do you deserve better than whatever that treatment was, but your ideas are actually right on point. Okay, so this became very spiritual very quickly. I apologize if you came here and you wanted to know about your coin. I do think you are going to be bringing money in, but I do think that it has to align with your values spiritually. So that is what I have for you. If you are just here for your material world, you have no desire to learn about your love life, that's totally fine. There is no judgment here, and I kind of understand. So if this resonated, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to it if you have not already subscribed to my channel. That would be very helpful. And then comment down below if it resonated. Otherwise, let's get into love, you guys. We are using the Modern Love Tarot by Ethne. I have been asking you guys this week if you know of other love decks that are very diverse and inclusive of all different kinds of love. Please comment down below. Let me know what the decks are, and I will check them out. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, divine, tell me about Pisces in the next 7 days in their love life, please. Three of Swords. Some of you are either coming out of heartbreak or just have had your heart broken. Mental anguish is what I just heard. Those are the two words I just heard. Mental anguish. Ten of Wands. So you threw yourself into your work. No. One more, please, Spirit. Oh, thank you. Justice. Bottom of the deck is Judgment. So there could be a rekindling, a reconciliation. If your heart was broken by someone and you decided to just be very, very busy for some time. I'm laughing because that's like legitimately how I handle things. For a long time I did, and I, didn't really want to deal with it. So I would just like work overtime for a while. But anyways, I think that for some of you, this is a previous heartbreak. It could have actually ended in a divorce if it was a while ago. I'm getting some sense of some time having had passed in between this and what I'm seeing as a possible reconciliation with either this person or someone new. I did hear the words betrayal as well with mental anguish. So whatever this was, for most of you, was not very pleasant. And I don't think that this is what you're reconciling with at all. I do think that with a lot of help from maybe someone at work, because this Ten of Wands does feel like you might have had some support at work as well. You might have finally asked for some help at work, or maybe your job actually provides counseling or something, because the Justice card does feel like, even though sometimes it can be legal, fairness and equality and all of that. For some reason, obviously, when I look at this, I look at mediation, but I'm also thinking therapy. So this could be you deciding that I need to take care of myself. And by doing that, it welcomes in that judgment energy. And judgment is obviously it's a rebirth, but it also feels like coming home to yourself, but coming home to your person as well, like finding your person. That's why sometimes it does feel like a reconciliation, because it was a past life energy. And so for those of you who are single and are resonating with a recent heartbreak or a heartbreak that happened quite some time ago, what I am seeing is that you were going to be pretty busy and you're not going to be thinking about love. And then just when you aren't really, really thinking about it, I do think that something that feels very fated happens is what I'm getting, okay? Your person, if you have not met them yet, with Justice, they could be a Libra. Judgment feels like Scorpio to me. And then the Ten of Wands could be Sagittarius, and the Three of Swords could be Libra as well. So some pretty big Libra energy here, but take it only if it resonates. Does not matter, really. I just like to throw those out there because for some people, they're like, oh my God, that's like, they're a Scorpio with a Libra moon and Sagittarius rising or something, so when that happens, like, wow. But absolutely doesn't necessarily have to happen, you guys. Let's get some more energy here on the table to see, but I feel like this is pretty cut and dry, you guys. Those of you in a relationship, I do feel like most of this was in the past, but if you are resonating that you recently, maybe you guys got in a fight or something, and you decided to just go into work and really pay attention and focus on the things in your life that were not relationship specific. And then, I think that what's going to happen is either you or your partner is going to say, hey, we need to like get someone, a third party, a professional to intervene for us so that we can work on this together. And that really does seem to raise the vibration of your relationship with the Judgment card there. Okay, so Pisces, tell me, Spirit, what's going on with my Pisces for the next 7 or so days? Of course, with Justice and Judgment, divine timing is on the table. Do I take both of these? Yes. How do you want me to this top? This, okay. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and get that third one. Spirit for Justice. Wow, and healing. So this could be, a doctor, therapist, for healing to take place. Bottom of the deck is when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. And it's this beautiful, beautiful image here. So you guys, yeah, definitely releasing this pain here is what this card is telling you, that there is a new path coming up. Some of you, it is, you know, absolutely the new path leads to you to work in order for you to start your healing process. But right now, Spirit is saying there is a release of some very, very painful memories. For some of you, they are long gone, well, or long ago, but you are releasing them and allowing this connection to come in, and for you to have this peace and feeling at home. Again, for some of you, you are in a relationship and this happened quite some time ago. But for the rest of you, if you are single, this is what is going on right now. You guys are deciding that in order for you to follow a new path, it's time for you to release this heartache that happened in your past. This really does feel like balance and Libra and justice are all very, very much linked, but when this landed here, it was work-life balance. So Spirit is saying that sometimes the way that you like to heal, Pisces, is by not looking at it. Okay, so just by diving in and at work and just not really dealing with it. And it looks like this week you will be coming into some sort of balance, because if you put too much burden on yourself at work, that other stuff is going to come crashing in, because the facade it's a facade, right? So any cracks in your real purpose at work, you're going to seep in like the emotions, the truth, and all of that. I do think that this has a lot to do with you moving into a healing space for a lot of you. Okay, so I do think that Pisces, and I'm looking at my amethyst, so if you guys have not thought about getting a stone, if you need to come into balance and for healing, amethyst is really, really nice for that. So you, by healing yourself and doing the work on yourself, if you are in a relationship, you can heal the relationship overall. So if therapy is not a thing for a couple, this could be a thing for yourself to help you heal. Okay, let's get romance angels. Let me take a sip of my water. Clarify, please, Spirit. It's past energy. Feels like past for me. Wedding. This could have been, like I said, a divorce. This could have been maybe the heartache for some of you, I'm hearing, is that someone that you cared about is recently gotten married, and you thought it, you know, that it should be you. But for others of you, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm still feeling like this was the whole thing led to divorce, but you were able to bring in your true home. So I'm going to continue, you guys, because I think that for some of you, you're already in a relationship with your person. For others of you, if you were single, your person or someone you thought was your person may have gotten married, or you may have found out that they were married, which is even more awful. But I think with this being in your past, this could have been what you had wanted. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. This is about coming into balance, that work-life balance that we were talking about. You guys are being way too much into the work life right now. Spirit is saying this is like a physical retreat where you go to a retreat and maybe learn to meditate or yoga or something like that. Like you are way overburdened. And if you cannot do that, learn you know, how to take little breaks for yourself. Learn how to delegate. All of that, because it feels to me like you're not working on your healing process, and you're trying to skirt around the healing. This is going to happen regardless. If it hasn't already happened, it is going to happen regardless. I'm just letting you know, Pisces, because I think that this is like a big spiritual intervention with judgment there. Okay? Whoa. And soulmate. With Judgment on the table, I just kind of felt like you guys were moving into soulmate energy if you have not already done so. I do think that a couple of you guys are watching this and you have a soulmate and you recognize this as part of your process already. Like this is already how you guys got there. Some of you have not gotten there yet, but you are going to have to go through, like you've already had the heartache and you're like, this was awful. I thought this was the person that I was going to marry, but it's like, why would you marry someone who treated you so poorly when you have a soulmate on the table? And then with Justice here, this could be, you know, one of those marriages where it's just like a justice of the peace. You know, like, I just want to marry you. I don't really want all of that other stuff. Bottom of the deck is stay optimistic about your love life, and that goes for whatever phase of a relationship you're in. Spirit is saying that you do have a soulmate on this path, and so or you are involved with your soulmate right now. So no matter what you feel, Spirit wants you to be optimistic because you do deserve your soulmate. You do deserve this balancing out of energies and healing. You deserve all of that. Okay, Spirit. This is the Island Time Wellness deck. Just gonna cut it a little bit. Okay. Clarify this Three of Swords and the Wedding card, please, Spirit. Mask. Someone may have lied to you about like what their intentions were. I even feel like they do say gaslight on here. It's like someone could have gaslit you, like where you really thought that this was the one, and they basically, you know, said, yeah, this is what I want. I want to move forward with this. I want to get married someday. And then, I mean, on the one hand, maybe they were already married or they're already with someone else. But they definitely gave me this idea that they lied to you about what their true intentions were. Okay, so this is someone in the past. You may have actually married them. And then when you got into that marriage, you were able to see that they were not who they said they were. They were not who they sold themselves as. Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. I think that this is what you are trying to avoid, right? By working so hard that you can't think straight because all you can do is focus on work. Spirit's like, that's not going to work, all right, in the long run. If you're in this mode right now, Spirit is saying the best thing for you to do is destroy this deck, all right, and get into healing therapy. If you cannot do that right now, there are plenty of guided meditations that might help, because for me, when I have a cassette playing in my head over and over, it helps if I can focus on someone else's words and I can integrate those in. So I will choose guided meditations that help me to detach from a situation. So you might want to look those up, okay? Again, we can't all go on retreats, but there's ways for you to balance out this energy, okay? Clarify soulmate, please, and justice. Thank you, Spirit. Healthy choices. Some of you, it's like you had to choose between. Oh my gosh. All right, Pisces. So funny thing happened. My light went out, ran out of tape around all the same time, or that's when I figured out that I'd run out of storage. And all of these are out now. I will say that I felt very strongly that with this pile, some of you may have been involved with something very toxic in your past. And there may be a few of you that wonder if that was a soulmate twin flame, and Spirit is saying that that was a false soulmate and twin flame paradigm. And you would know, because for those of you who are single, you are moving into a true soulmate, and you'll feel like that the relationship is divinely blessed. And they 100% want you. So I'm guessing that what happened prior to this was that you had someone who was very, they would talk down about you and talk about, you know, what you look like and stuff like that. And I that's what I'm getting. And I want you to know that your real person would never do that, okay? Your soulmate that you are either moving into this relationship with or already with, they would never do that. They will feel like coming home to you, okay? And we're going to get one final message. This is from your spirit squad. What do you want my Pisces to know for the next 7 days, Spirit? The divine is within you and all around you. So yes, I think that you guys are moving into quite a much more beautiful relationship. I just realized I did not really talk about healthy choices. To me, when this came out, it felt very much like you ended up choosing someone who was healthy for you. And not just for you, maybe they are actually physically healthier as well, but that was a part of how you know that your relationship is divinely blessed. The person before did not feel healthy and it feels toxic, to be fair. And this divinely blessed soulmate definitely feels a lot healthier for you as well. And I also wanted to say that with this card, it reminds me that your soulmate, when you choose yourself and you love yourself, your soulmate, like the person you're supposed to be with, will be supportive of that. Whereas this other person, I get the feeling that if you were ever to say, I love me and I'm going to choose myself, it would throw them into some sort of rage, okay? Bottom of the deck is ask your spiritual squad because they want to help you, Pisces. They absolutely do. And that's why I'm here too, you know, is hopefully to help guide you guys as well. So Pisces, this is what I have for you for this week. Thank you so much and for being patient. You have no idea that this was weird for you. Well, it might actually come across as a little disjointed, and I apologize for that. But if this resonated, please make sure that you comment down below. Give me a huge thumbs up. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you would love to take this discussion into a setting where there's like-minded people, I do have a Discord link in the box below. So I will see you guys soon on another video. Happy full moon. Set your intentions. Be the magical beings that you are. Love you guys. Bye.